Hello, this is Scotty and welcome to Scotty's Toy Box. And hopefully the third time's a charm. This will be the third time I've done this particular video. And as I don't go by a script, I have to remember everything off the top of my head. And the first time I did it, I stumbled over my tongue so often that even I couldn't understand it. And the second time, I forgot to turn the microphone on. So anyway, welcome to Scotty's Toy Box. I'm Scotty. Grab a piece of that internet while we still have it, and believe me, that's getting shorter every day. Sit up and join me here for a little talk on morals. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I'll be right up with you that this has been a topic that has been on a lot of blogs lately, and I got into it myself along with some other atheists with a Christian pastor and his sidekick, whose idea of reason was typing "God is real." Okay, reasons? No offer. But anything you said, he'd come back with "God is real. Morals come from God." Reason? No answer. So anyway, that was just a funny thing that I had to stop because I was getting to the point where I wanted to be sarcastic back myself, and I try not to do that. So anyway, morals. The questions are, where do morals come from? What is our foundation for morals? What do we as a species get from morals? Well, basically right off the top, morals do not come from a God. And we know this because our morals have evolved as we humans have evolved. The more we understand, the better our morals get. Then that wouldn't be true if there was an absolute moral from an unchanging deity. Why is it that at least the Christian God, the one I know of, is his morals have changed as humans have gotten more moral? And please, the God of the Quran, what Muhammad wrote, is definitely not moral. And why? I guess what we should say, what we should discuss is what is moral? What is morality? Morality is a way of acting that improves the well-being of the species, humanity, as a whole. And it can be on an individual level, up to a community level, a societal level, and a species level. What I mean by that is, it's a positive or negative. You evaluate that. If it's a negative, then it's not a good moral. It's immoral. If it's a positive, it's moral. And on a personal level, I don't want to die, so maybe I shouldn't. I don't want to be killed, so I shouldn't go out and kill. I don't want to be hungry, so I should try to not, to help other people who are hungry. I don't want my stuff stolen, so I shouldn't try to steal from others. And you say, well, those are kind of really just some individual things that affect you and not the whole community. Well, this is how we developed as a species. We learned early on that staying as a group was much better than individuals by themselves. There was security in the group. There was defenses in the group. There was an ability to have more food in the group. There was socializing in the group. In all ways possible, including the sheltering, protecting, and propagating our offspring and our species was better in a group. And as part of the group, we used what we didn't want to happen to us as something we didn't want to do. I don't want to take the food from others because I don't want them to take my food. I don't want to get kicked out of the group. So we evolved. As we evolved, our morals evolved. They developed. How'd they develop? Well, our understanding of our world and our situation developed. We have now reached a point where we don't need to say that God gave us morals because we know. We understand reasoning. Morals are what affects us as a species, our well-being as a community, society, and as a species. If something is a good moral or is moral, then that's a positive on our well-being. It's a positive for the species. If it's a negative, then that is immoral or not moral. So, well, looking at that, I've been asked, why isn't throwing off a homosexual off a roof and killing them and stoning women for sex moral? Because our community says it is. It's a good thing. It's a positive for our community. No, it's a positive in your religious view. Nobody ever said your religion was moral. Your religion has not been shown to have a positive on the well-being of humanity. And let's look at the individual examples. Is throwing a gay person off a building and killing them a good thing, a positive thing for their well-being, or negative? Well, obviously it's very negative. It would ruin my whole day to be thrown off a building. On top of that, it's a negative for the society and community, because that individual could have possibly has a potential to offer a huge amount to the community that is now lost. With their death comes a loss. And so, taken as a whole, it's not a positive. It is a negative on us as a species. Let's use slavery. In the last two videos, I tried to use it, and I think I did very well, so I'm going to repeat what I said here. When you think of all the accomplishments that people of color have made since the time of slavery, even during those times, they huge accomplishments, but they weren't free to do them themselves. But after that, all the accomplishments, the things that we have today that are traced directly back to them, the heroes, that I just wonder what could have been accomplished if they'd had the same resources, educational facilities, tools, freedoms, and money that the white people had. Think about it. Slavery was a negative to our well-being as an individual, as our community, as a society, and as a species, because those people could not offer the gifts they had, because they had no access to the education, the money, the freedom, and the tools. Now, that answers the question, is slavery moral? It doesn't matter that the Bible says it is. It doesn't matter that the Christian God endorsed slavery, and he did. You are now, if you believe that slavery is immoral, you're more moral than the Christian God of the Bible. To make it quite clear, our foundation for morality is the human species. The foundation for what's right or wrong is us, as we understand, as we have developed. As we have evolved as a species, so has our moral understanding of right and wrong. We now know things that were done in the past were wrong, and we don't do them now, or we try to correct them. Again, that's not everybody, every individual in a community or every individual in a society, but as a species, totally, a whole species. Now, let me just pause this because I want to take a drink. Thank you. I was going to burp and didn't want to burp on camera. So, as a child grows, they learn what's right and wrong. And how do they learn that? They learn it from the society they're in, the community they're in, the home they're in. And we all kind of get a different view of that, but we all understand what's well-being for us and well-being for our neighbors and well-being for our friends at school. And as we get older, we learn to expand that to us as a species. And that leads me to my one point I want to make about the planet. It is a moral imperative, in my view, that we protect this planet, that we keep it as well as possible, that we address climate change, that we don't spoil the land. We need the clean water, we need the clean air, we need the flora and fauna of this world. Think of the food chain. If we destroy the basic food chain and overfish the oceans, we're lost. We depend upon these little, oh gosh, I knew it 5 minutes ago and I don't know it now. Plankton. This plankton, we need that to flourish and be large, and the next size organism to eat that, and then the next one to eat that, and the fish to eat them, and the whales to eat the fish, and of course we eat it all. But it doesn't do us any good if we overfish, if we kill all the whales, if we take all the cod, what are we going to do when the last tuna's gone? People, if the land won't grow the crops we need to eat, if we can't breathe the air, if there's nothing to drink, we're going to die as a species, as an individual, and as a society, a community, and as a species, humanity in its entirety. We have nowhere else to go. You know, we don't have Mars colonies yet. We don't have spaceships. We don't have any place to get fresh water if we ruin all the water on here. We don't have a place to bring in crops from if we ruin the Earth's ability to grow food. We kill all the species, we don't have anything to eat. So, take care of the planet, and you'll take care of yourself. And you'll take care of mankind as a whole species, and that means it's a moral imperative. It is moral to take care of the planet. It's moral that we grow, and as we grow, we will understand, and as we understand, we will be even more moral. Our morals are based on our understanding, our reason, on our development. It's that simple. We created them, we endorse them, we change them as we grow. We don't need to make it any mystical thing other than that. Alrighty, I'm going to try to post this now. This is the shortest one so far, I think, because I'm tired of saying the same words. I've really enjoyed doing this video for you all. And if you like it, please click the like. If you dislike it, click that button. If you got something to say to me or you want to discuss a point, just tell me to go away and never come back. The comment sections are there. Alrighty, best wishes to all. This is Scotty at Scotty's Toy Box. Many hugs.